Hi, welcome to Merivit Education Center. I am teacher Natalie and this episode is for Mathematics M.2. In this lesson, we're gonna learn about Pythagoras Theorem, specifically the relationship between the sides of a right-angled triangle. Before we begin, make sure you already know the properties of angles and triangles. Also, how to square a number and how to find the square root of a number. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the hypotenuse, state the Pythagoras theorem, find the unknown side of the triangle, and solve problems related to Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. What does it mean? When we add up the square of A and B, it is equal to the square of C. We know that triangles have three sides. In a right triangle, this letter A and letter B are called legs, while the letter C is called the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest side. It is also the opposite side of the right angle in a right-angled triangle. Can you help me identify the hypotenuse? Look at the first triangle. Where are the two legs? Yes, here's the two legs. How about the hypotenuse? Of course, the opposite side of the right angle is the hypotenuse. Next triangle. Where's the longest side or the hypotenuse? If these are the two legs, this is the hypotenuse. Last triangle. If these are the legs, this side is the hypotenuse. Always remember, the hypotenuse is the opposite of the right angle in a right-angled triangle. The Pythagoras theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the square of the two other sides. What does it mean? When we add the square of A and B, it is equal to the square of C. Let me give an example about it. If A equals 4, B equals 3, and C equals 5. Let's try to square 4. 4 squared equals 16. 3 squared equals 9. And 5 squared equals 25. Is it true that A squared plus B squared equals C squared? Yes or no? Yes, it's correct. 4 squared equals 16, 3 squared equals 9, so 16 plus 9 equals 5 squared or 25. Let me give another example. If A equals 5, B equals 12, and C equals 13. So if we squared 5, the answer is 25. 12 squared equals 144. And 13 squared equals 169. So let's check. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 25 plus 144 equals 169. So, what if one side of the triangle is missing? Yes, we can use the Pythagoras theorem to solve this problem. If C is the unknown, we can use C squared equals A squared plus B squared, and then isolate the C. C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. For example, if A equals 24 cm, B equals 7 cm, let's find the value of C by using the formula C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. So, 24 squared plus 7 squared equals 576 plus 49. 576 plus 49 equals 625. The square root of 625 equals 25, because 25 times 25 equals 625. So the answer to this problem is 25 centimeter. If a is the unknown, we're going to transpose b squared to the other side. So a squared equals c squared minus b squared. Then a equals the square root of c squared minus b squared. Let me give you another example. Let's say that c equals 29 centimeter and b equals 21 centimeter. So let's substitute the value. 29 squared minus 21 squared. 29 squared equals 841 and 21 squared equals 441. 841 minus 441 equals 400. Square root of 400 equals 20. When b is the unknown, we're going to transpose a squared to the other side of the equation. So it would be b squared equals c squared minus a squared. Then b equals the square root of c squared minus a squared. If the hypotenuse is 11 centimeter and a equals 9 centimeter, let's find the value of b by using the formula b equals the square root of c squared minus a squared. So we will substitute the value of c and a. 11 squared minus 9 squared. 11 squared equals 121 and 9 squared equals 81. So 121 minus 81 equals 40. Square root of 40 equals 2 square root of 10. Let's solve a word problem related to Pythagoras Theorem. John walked 40 meters east and 9 meters north. How far is he from his starting point? So let's analyze this problem. 40 meters east means going to the right, and 9 meters north means going up. So our picture looks like this: 40 meters east and 9 meters north. So we're going to calculate for the hypotenuse, or the distance from the starting point. And how are we going to calculate this one? We're going to use the Pythagoras Theorem. The unknown side of the triangle is the hypotenuse, and the given are the two legs. Therefore, we will use the formula for the missing hypotenuse, which is c equals the square root of a squared plus b squared. Then, we will substitute the value of a and b. Square root of 9 squared plus 40 squared. 9 times 9 equals 81. And 40 times 40 equals 1,600. Let's add them together. Square root of 81 plus 1,600 equals 1,681. Then, the square root of 1,681 equals 41. The final answer is John was 41 meters from his starting point. That's all for today. I hope you've learned something, and always remember, knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key.